Hello everyone, it's Helen here and welcome to CraftStash Live and my Best of British launch. So I just want to make sure that you can all hear me okay first before we jump into everything here. But as you can see, I've got everything out here and we've got quite a lot to get through in this show. So it's just me today. Lou is moving house, so I'm wishing her all the best, and if she has moved, I'm hoping that it's all gone really smoothly for them. It's really exciting actually as well, so moving house is always exciting. Okay, so here is everything. I'm going to be going through everything together one by one, and then I'm going to be moving them off. I've got a box this time. I'm trying to stay tidy. So let's go through the comments and say hello to everyone first. Thank you, Vicky. She says loud and clear. Sound is great, says Amanda. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Sam. That Union flag there. Yes, definitely. It's very, very Union Jack themed today. I hope you all love the new papers. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Maria. Oh, hi, Lynn. Lynn's watching too. So we're all here. So where do we even start? I do have some offers and a competition to go through as well. So let's start with the offers. Let me know if I get too loud because my microphone is quite close to my voice box, so to say. It's quite high up. I'm just going to bring the offers up now. Okay, so I do have to switch sounds a little bit for this one. So we do have a Papercraft Society, and this is actually my box. It is $19.99 and it's a travel journal theme, so you get a hardbacked journal in there, 3 notebooks, loads of papers, 2 stamp sets. There's absolutely loads in there, so that is $19.99. And then we have the deal of the day. I have this, I love this, and at $10.99 it is absolutely a wonderful price. So save over 50%, and you get 4 magnets with that too, so that is an absolute steal. And then also the VIP, so if you join the VIP for $9.99 a year, you can get 10% off everything, and dispatch, priority dispatch as well, plus extra reward points. There's loads of stuff there, so you can find all that information on the CraftStash website. Okay, I'm back to the main scene. Right, we also have a competition, so you can win some goodies here, some dice sets. So my question is, what will you be doing on Coronation Day or even the Coronation weekend? We do get the extra bank holiday, so please let me know what your plans are, because you might actually inspire me or anyone else reading to do the same, because great ideas are great ideas, so it's great to share those. Okay, so it is a shame that Lynn can't join in, but she's watching. She can't comment, but she can definitely have the same amount of fun with us all. Okay, so let's start with the Guardsman. I love this one. It's a returning favourite, and I have quite a few here, and there's so many things that you can do with him. You can use him flat as well, so we'll get to that in a moment. And I am keeping an eye on your comments, so I will be diving in and out. Okay, so this is the first one, the first way you can have it. You can have it with the top opening, and you can pop loads of treats and sweets in there, and it's also double-sided. So this one's the one that Victoria made. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up. It sort of is actually with the lighting. She's used very, very fine red glitter grade cardstock there. It's absolutely beautiful, and you get all the bits here to decorate the back as well, and she's used some glitter drops in here as well for the buttons. And we have here another one where it opens at the top, and there's different style that you can do with this as well. So there will be tutorials. There's some on my channel already, which is Helen Griffin UK, but there will be more tutorials coming up on the Simply Made Crafts YouTube channel. That was a bit of a mouthful, so you can always pop along there. But this is the one I'm looking for, and again you can also use this as a box, an opening box like that as well. So I've used this one flat. This opens up, so I've made him into a card, so little score line there, and you can have him standing up as well, standing up to attention. So these are going to be perfect for any Coronation themed party. Is anyone having a street party? Do let me know. I'd love to know, because even if I do miss some of these comments, I will be going through the comments afterwards as well. So let's pile all of these Guardsmen up. We're not done there. We're going to be moving over to the Guardsman, and the square lantern gift bag. Now we have two here. This one was made by Victoria, and she's popped in. Victoria, where did you get this lovely scalloped edged, or did you make it yourself? Now I'm thinking you might have made this yourself. Let us know where you got this from, whether you made it yourself, because I would love to have some more. So if I can make it myself, that's even better. Okay, so we have got the guardsman on the front, so she's just used it flat, and we've used the beautiful papers that I'll be showing you in a moment. And I have another one here, and I've popped him on the back as well, because you get everything to do the back. So that is the square gift bag. Let's pop that here. So staying with the square gift bag, we have these sets here. Just trying to clear the text. We have the telephone box and the square lantern gift bag. Now this does come as a kit, a set of two, so you do need both of them to complete the telephone project. You get, as the base unit, you get the square paper bag. That's for the base, and that's pretty bright. That's for the base. And you also have to have the telephone box die set that will do the windows and the shaped lid and the telephone accessories on there as well. So that is available as a bundle, and it's also available individually as well. So if you have one or the other, you can do that, or if you don't have any of them, you can get them both. So there are so many different ways you can use this. So you can make a telephone box. We've got acetate in this one, and I've got some wire lights. We also have this one made by Victoria. She's taken some of the Union Jacks from the papers, and she's popped vellum in hers, and there's also some tea lights in there too, well, battery operated tea lights. And then this is the one I've made. I've popped in the big bow at the top, and also used some of the Union Jacks from the papers, and I have no windows in there, so I've literally just used the base and the lid just to make a lovely gift box, and that looks beautiful, topped off with the ultimate gift bow die. So that is that one. I am going to have to clear the decks very soon, otherwise I'm going to have no space to demo. Okay, so we also have the post box here. Just trying to get the one that's tucked into this corner. Here we go. I love this one. So some of these are returning favourites, but they're so British and so London, we just had to have them for the coronation celebrations. So here is the post box there. Inside you can fit a mini bottle of wine. And then we have another one here that's decorated with ephemera. Now unfortunately, so sad, you've all bought it. It's all gone. Ephemera has all been sold out. It's been on the website less than 24 hours and it just flew out the door. So this is the ephemera here. So I will be showing more samples with it on there, so you'll have ideas if you did get it. There'll be samples here for you to have some inspiration. Now Victoria's made this beautiful cake toppers gift set as well. She's used the papers, and she's also got a YouTube channel called Crafty Heaven, so make sure you're following her, because then there's going to be tutorials on all her makes. Okay, so she's made some beautiful cake toppers there. Right, let's move this over. So much to show you. Okay, we have here the top hat. Now because we have extra things in the Simply Made Crafts range, we have put in some extras. Now I just need to quickly show you something just to make it easier for you to find everything. Okay, so this is my website, and I've got a blog page just for this. It's helengriffin.co.uk. Now if we scroll down to this one, you will find everything that I'm showing today all in one place. It saves you having to hunt everything down, type everything in, trying to look for everything. So everything is there. We've got the ultimate gift bow, the post box, the top hat, the guardsman, everything there. So everything is there for you, so you don't have to start searching. That's helengriffin.co. Okay, we're back now. So this is the top hat, and you get two of these. Let's show you the die set for these. I am forgetting to show you some of the die sets because I am a one-man band today. What are we looking for? My top hat. Where is he? Here he is. There we go. This is putting on my top hat, and you get the sets, the dies here to make the big one and the small one. So you can have a lot of fun with this, and they are actually gift boxes as well. So you can pop stuff in there. You You can decorate them with flowers to make a cake as well. If you tier this one on top of this one, you will have a nice layered cake there for you to decorate. So it's perfect for weddings and birthdays and big events like that. Okay, and then also, I know that the ephemera has sold out, but you can turn this top hat around and you can make this as well. These have turned around because they're in there loose. There we go. Pop these around. So these are little pinwheels as well. So there's loads of fun to be had with that as well. So let me start packing a few things away. So those pinwheels here, I've got loads here. So these aren't toys, by the way. They do have real pins in, and if they come out, you could hurt yourself. So these are mostly ornamental, but they do work. There we go. Try this one. There we go. And we have another one here. So that's a lot of fun. And the set for that, this was from the British Summer collection. So this is the Summer paper pinwheel die set. That's a lot of fun too. Move those aside. So again, I've used those in my decorating. We have some cake toppers here. So I've just popped it. These don't actually work. They're glued closed or shut there, so they're not movable, but put them on a cocktail stick and you get the choice of the two sizes there for the pinwheel. And then for this bottom here, these are absolutely lovely. I have used the Fancy Edge die set to make these lovely little cake wraps. There we go. And again, I made this on Create and Craft the other day. I made a crown, little tiara. So this is just on a gold headband, and there you go. You've got your dressing up ready. You've got your pinwheels ready for all the celebrations. So have those ready for when the telly's on. I'll have my TV on for that, so I'll be watching that. Right, so where are we? We have a few more things to show you, and then we can jump straight into the demonstration. So remember, competition wise, if you want to enter, comment down below and I'll be choosing a winner at the end. What will you be doing on the bank holiday weekend? Even if you're not going to watch it, you know, you can just say it's fine. We won't judge you. So let's tidy up a little bit. Try my best to stay tidy because I am in a very small area. Right. What else do I need to show you? Bunting. We have so much lovely bunting here. I have two. So actually, it would be easier if I showed you some photographs of it on display. So let's have a quick look at the photos. Okay, so this is Victoria's bunting. Isn't it beautiful? This is it on beautiful display. So she's used the papers, which we'll be getting to. And she has used the ephemera as well, but it's just so lovely, and I believe she will be having a tutorial for that. And then we have my bunting here. This is using the Guardsman Soldier flat, so you can just glue those along. I've made 3 and then filled in with the Union Jacks and the Ultimate bows as well, so the smaller version of the bows on some lovely rope there as well, some red. That's actually from my Christmas stash, but it was absolutely perfect for this project. Okay, so I don't want to ruin this, and I've got this all lovely and folded up. The thing is with bunting is it does get tangled so easily, but I just wanted to show you that all close up. That's a lot of work gone into that, especially with these pinwheels, which she would have made by hand as well. So make sure you're following her for that tutorial. And then just a quick look at the bunting here as well. There we go, got the soldier, just using flat, and you can decorate everywhere you want. And kids' birthday parties, it's going to be perfect for that as well. And I have a lot of these things on display at Christmas as well, with my Christmas in London displays. So let's move that aside. And then last but not least, let's have a look at the papers. Random bow there. Right, so these are 12 by 12. Just move my camera a bit because it's being a bit wonky, isn't it? There we go. Right, so 12 by 12. These are 6 designs. You get 4 of each and 24 sheets, 250 GSM. So they're going to be perfect for all your 3D makes. And Some of these are returning favourites from the Christmas in London, so this one would be a returning favourite. There's nothing Christmassy on this one, so we were able to reuse this one. And then we have this lovely grid here with the red and the navy blue, so it's all very, very British. And then we have this beautiful royal theme. If you can remember the names of these, is it sceptre? I can't remember. Let me know what these are called again. I know that they were used for the funeral, and then they're going to be presented again at the coronation. And there we have the throne as well. So lots of lovely papers there, nice patterns there, royal themed. I just need to clear my throat, just a moment. Okay, I think that's better now. There you go. My voice sounds completely different. Now, I've used 3 of these papers already. I have one left. So there's a beautiful navy blue with the gold crowns there. And then we have this lovely, lovely sheet here. I love this one as well. This is going to be perfect for your scrapbooking, or if you want to make a poster. I have started a scrapbook page where I've taken off some of these flags from previous pages, and you can layer them up. I'm hoping you can see the 3-dimension there. And then I've trimmed out the clouds as well, so all I have to do is put my little title at the bottom. I'm probably going to think I'm thinking I love London, and then just some little photographs here, a couple of embellishments, and you know, that's all I have to do. So again, if you want to make posters and things, that's going to be wonderful for that. And then we have here at the back, we have some Union Jack, so you get 6 on each page. Here we go. I've already used 2 of those. I have two scraps left. Here they are. I have 2 of these left. I'll keep that together so I don't lose them. Now, before we move on to demonstrations, I just want to quickly show you this beautiful scrapbook page that Victoria has made from one of her trips to London. She's used the ephemera and she's popped in the word London. So this is a 12 by 12 layout, and she's popped in her photos. We've got Big Ben there, and we have Tower of London Bridge, London Bridge there, not London Bridge, Tower Bridge, there we go, get it right, Tower Bridge. And she's added some extra gold bits here as well, so that's absolutely wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to quickly have a look at the comments, and then we can jump straight into the demo. So thank you, Joanne. She's saying it's a very regal. And Karen saying the papers are great for mail cards too. And Jo Ulmer says she loves the paper and she's going to spend the weekend in the garden in between watching on the telly. Maria's off to Tower of Bridge on Monday. This will be great for a journal. Yes, this is going to be perfect if you're doing trips to London for making a mini album. This paper pack is going to be wonderful for lots of different things. Thank you. Anita, she loves it, and Crazy Stitcher loves the papers. Maria's loving all the samples. I need to scroll up. It's the orb, that's it, orb and sceptre. There we go, that's what they're called. And lots of you are loving the papers and the range, so thank you very much. And Joanne Talbot loves the Guardsman. Okay, right, we are going to be making the telephone box. So let me just clear the decks here and get all my my demo stuff out. I once popped my demo aside somewhere and then I couldn't find it. It took me a while to find it. There we go. I've got everything ready. It's going to be a red telephone box. Now, a few of you have mentioned that you want to make the TARDIS as well. This would be perfect for that, but just be aware about copyright and things like that. I don't think you'd be able to sell it as a TARDIS, but for personal use that would be all right. Okay, so I have a few things already die cut out already, so let's have a quick look at the die sets you're going to be needing. You're going to be needing the square paper bag lantern die set, so we're going to be using the main die from this. This also comes with a mat, lots of the 2 choices here to cut the top. We have banners, we have labels, and we have flowers, leaves here that layer, and also some nesting decorative circles. And then that teams with the telephone box die set. That's going to do your lid, and it's also going to do your windows. I've just had a thought. I need to add my glue gun. How have I forgotten about my glue gun? It's all right. I've got my microphone plugged in, attached to me, so you're coming with me. You're coming under my table with me right now. I'm hoping I'm not going to be too noisy. You might hear a bit of rattling. Just going to plug my glue gun, glue gun in. There we go. Let's turn that on. Right, I'm using the Sizzix one. There we go. Along with the Sizzix stand. I absolutely love this set. So that's ready, warming up. So that should be ready by the time we get to use it. I'm glad I remembered about that, because we do have the lid to do. And the best way to pop the lid together is to use hot glue. It's much easier to do that. Okay. So I have this, my lid. I have one side already made. There we go. Let's pop that aside. We're going to get this out. Right, so let's show you the dies first. This is the large die here. That's going to cut out the sides. I'm going to pop that aside. I'm going to need that later. And then moving on to the telephone box. I'm just going to tip everything out for this. Yep, that's everything. Okay, so this is going to do the shaped lid. We have the darts here. Just going to take a sip of water. There we go, voice is back to normal again. I know some of the presenters on Create and Craft, they have mints, and I'm going to have to try that. It stops your voice going croaky, so I might have to take that tip. Okay, so we're going to pop that on there. I want to line it up with the ones I've already done so that I don't have wonky windows. There we go. And again, you can make a whole rainbow of these. Can you imagine a whole rainbow of these telephone boxes lined up? And again, you will be needing a large format machine for this too. Run that through. I've got some bits already prepared here. I should have 4, but we can make another one. That's almost run through now. There we go. And again, if you want to keep all these little squares for something, you can do. I asked Victoria actually when we were making our samples whether she was going to keep hers, and she said no. I guess you just can't keep everything, can you? So it is very tempting though to keep them. So let's run this one through. And then I have some acetate cut already, so let's give you some measurements for that as well. So these need to measure 3 inches by 5.5. I'm hoping you can see that, it's almost invisible. So you'll need 4 of those as well. This sort of reminds me of a chocolate box. You can make a nice chocolate bar with this as well probably. And cut this out in brown, then you have all of these that you can pop up onto some foam pads or something. Right, so we have this now. Let's pop that aside. I'm going to do all of my die cutting to get that done out of the way, because I tend to do that when I make a project. I like to do all of the die cutting first, make all my decisions, and then do the die cutting, and then assemble everything together. Just going to grab some more white card, because we're going to have to cut another one of these telephone bits. There we go. I don't know how well you can hear me over my machine, so I don't know whether I should carry on talking or whether it's just too much noise. Okay, let's put this through. Now the best thing to do is pop these through together. There is a risk, because this embosses, that it can poke through the cardstock. It can do too much of a indent. So if you pop them through together, the pressure will be less because you have the frame all the way around. There's more points, cutting points, so that should apply less pressure, which means the telephone should emboss really nicely. But again, every machine is different, so you just have to experiment. Yep, Debbie's saying she can hear fine over the machine. Lovely, Sam. Yep, it's fine. Well done, guys, again, if you managed to get your hands on the ephemera. There we go. So that's cut that out, and it's also done a gentle emboss as well. I'm hoping you'll be able to see that. I know my lights are quite bright. It's such a grey day outside. It's been raining all day. Not that I mind, I do like rain. If it rained for an entire week, I'd be absolutely fine for that, but I know some people would just be driven crazy by it. Okay, so again, I'm using bone folder here. I always say this, I love to use my bone folders. Even though these dies do the score lines for you, it's really good just to get in there with the bone folder and press it just to get a nice sharp and crisp line. Okay, and I'm going to make a little bit of a boo-boo, not a boo-boo, but I'm going to use wet glue on acetate, which is not advisable. So if you do use wet glue on your acetate, be very, very gentle and very careful, okay? Because you will see in a minute, I'll demonstrate what happens. It kind of smooshes out, and if you get any that's visible, it's really hard to wipe it off as well to get rid of it. It can ruin a project, so you have to be very, very gentle when you pop your acetate on. So you pop it on and then you just leave it, you don't move it. As you can see, it's spreading out, so you have to really try not to smoosh it about. So this one's just for the brave. I would advise using some very thin red liner tape around the edge instead, if you don't want to go around the glue route. Now this is the same when you're making your shaker cards as well. So yeah, this is where glue can make or break a project. And then if you do get a smear on your window, just leave it, don't touch it, because you'll just make it worse. There we go. Right, now whilst that is drying, I'm hoping my glue gun, yep, is ready. Nice one. Okay, pop that aside. Let's work on the lid. So again, use your bone folder. Now we do have these little lines here in the notches. Don't worry about too much about those with the bone folder. You can if you want to get some really sharp lines on the corners, but if you want to, you can just have them slightly more rounded if you just slightly press them in, which I'll show you how to do in a moment. Don't forget to get all of these little tabs as well. It's really important to get these tabs on the side here pressed down with your bone folder, because that is what's going to create a lovely corner on the lid. And then we're just going to press that backwards, just bend it back just like that. That's going to give you a nice rounded corner. Okay, so here's what we do. We add hot glue just to this triangle and to this, just a quick dry run here, and then we poof it out and then hold it in place. Okay, that's all we have to do on all four of the corners. So a little bit of glue there, glue here, press it together and press it down. There we go. Try not to make a tight lid, okay, because this does fit very snugly on top of the lantern on the bag. Okay, there we go, just hold that in place. So as you can see, this is full of tension. It wants to spring open, so if you were to use wet glue, even a fast drying one, it's just going to want to spring open, and you'll be there for quite a while trying to hold that down while it dries. So the hot glue, just a very thin layer of hot glue, is going to be perfect for this project. Haha, way to go, Helen the brave. It sometimes doesn't work in my favour, I have to say, but it's really nice when it does. There we go, that is the last one. So when you have the right adhesive, it's really quick to make. There we go, there is our shaped lid. There we go. Right, so I'm going to leave my glue gun on just in case I need it later on for anything else that we might get up to. So I'm going to glue this together now. So add your glue just to this side tab here. And join them together, so we're making a very long line here. There we go, and then we're just going to wait for that to dry first before we turn that over. Let's try again, and just be a bit more gentle this time to press that down. I think it's because there's some of the acetate on the other side. It hasn't adhered very nicely straight away. Okay, let's turn that around. Right, so we're going to fold this in. I'm going to add our glue just to this tab now. And then fold that down. That should all line up. As long as you've put everything together straight, that should line up. And then I'm going to glue the bottom closed. Sometimes I like to add some Velcro tabs. Let me see. Does this one have Velcro tabs? Yeah, sometimes I like to add Velcro tabs to the bottom, like that. Nice flat ones. And then I can close that down and keep it and store it flat. But just for ease today, I'm just going to just glue this closed. I'm using Cosmic Shimmer today. I do sometimes get questions about which glue I'm using. Okay, so there is the base of our telephone box. It's really coming together. Now we do have some extra lines here just as part of the gift bag, so just crease those in slightly, and then the lid should go on. There we have our telephone box. It's almost done, and then we have just the finishing touches to do now. So let's get these popped on. If you want to go in with a pen or some ink or something, you can highlight the wording on the telephone box. I'm going to take this off so I can get my hand behind it and press that in. So if you're just joining us, there is a competition going and I'll be choosing the winner at the end. The question is, what will you be doing on the Coronation weekend? I would love to know. Do you have any parties booked? Not booked, but planned? Or because you sometimes need street permission if you want to have your street parties as well. I'm not too sure how much hard work that is applying for it, so would love to know how easy it is. As well, I think we're just, if the weather's nice, I think we're just going to have a barbecue and we'll be watching it on the telly. Thanks, Maria. She's enjoying the demo. And remember, if you want to make the telephone box, you need both sets to make this. You need the square lantern for the base and the telephone box for the windows and the lid. Okay, there we go. There is the telephone on the top done. I'm hoping that lighting is not too bright and you can see the shadows from that as well. It's very bright in here, but it needs to be bright so you can see what I'm doing. So, and then we have this other die, this rectangular one just here. I'm going to add in just an accent here. You can do this a different color. You can pop this up onto foam pads, but I just think this adds that last little finishing touch. It's very subtle, but it's there. So let's pop these on. So if you do have any questions about anything, I'll be getting to the comments in a moment again, just before we move on to the next demo. So if you have any questions, do let me know. I'm just really glad that you're all enjoying this collection. It's a lot of fun, and you'll be able to use this collection way after the coronation as well. So let's tidy up. So here is the telephone box. You can pop some wire lights in there. What I tend to do is I will glue my wire lights, the battery pack. Make sure you have the screws on this side so that you can change the batteries. Okay, and then you can turn this on just like that. That's very bright now. Let's see if I can turn some of these lights off. There we go. That looks lovely displayed at Christmas time, or any time of year really, but I do have a Christmas in London theme at Christmas, so I do really like to display telephone boxes there. Okay, so that is the telephone box. So let's move over now to some of the comments and any questions that you guys might have. Oh, better put the lid on this. Okay, so just moving over to the comments now. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Debbie. Oh, you're all saying you really love that, so that's absolutely great. So if you know anyone that loves this sort of thing as well, that would make the perfect gift, because you can put their name on it, you can personalize it. And Susie says she has a village coffee morning get together on the first Saturday of each month, so sure it will be a red, white and blue affair that day. Yes, it will. That's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you bring some cupcakes and things like that. Yeah, it does. It looks lovely with the lights on. Oh, yep. Delcy says it will go with the Paddington Bear as well. Yeah, definitely. So you're all absolutely loving the telephone box. So Joanne saying there's a party on her estate, so fingers crossed for good weather. Yes, I've got everything crossed for that. We have a gazebo, just a little one. So if it does rain, we'll pop that under. We'll all pop under there. So Judith's saying it's only 5 weeks away. That isn't long at all. I don't know if the ephemera is going to be restocked. We'll have to find out for you. It'd be great if they could, but with 5 weeks to go, it might be a very tight order there for that. So Gemma's loving the collection as well. Okay, so shall we move on now to the next demonstration? I'm going to tidy up first, because I am a messy crafter and I am trying to change my habits. So my rule is now to tidy up after every single project. I have been doing that for a few years now, and it really does make a big difference. If you finish one project, tidy up, clear your desk, ready to start another one. Okay, I'm just going to fish out the rest of the demo. Do you spy the guardsman? Here he is. Okay, so we're going to be making a gift bag with the guardsman, and I'm going to be mixing in the fancy edges, which is this one here. You get a choice of 3, and I'll be using, which one is it? This one. No, this one here. So we're going to be also making the square lantern again. So let's get die cutting, and I'll be using the papers here, the navy ones with the crown. Now if you are after tutorials for the guardsmen to make into boxes, those can be found on my channel, Helen Griffin UK, and I believe Victoria with Crafty Heaven will also have some tutorials out as well on how to put that together. So over the weekend, if you're not part of my Simply Made Crafts YouTube, pop along over there and subscribe, because I'll be popping on some more best of British tutorials on there as well on how to make everything. So I'm just going to run this through. So again, you have to do 2 of these. Now I've already got these cut out. I have actually rescued this little fellow from another project. That's fine. We can now cover him up with some more paper on the other side, because the top half is going to be visible. He's going to be poking out the top of the gift bag. So let's move him aside. And I do have some rope handles, but can I remember where I put my gold rope? It does have a place where it lives, but the big question is it where it's supposed to live? I've just noticed here my plate was off, so it didn't cut that bit because my plate was too far up. So I'm just going to grab myself a craft knife. Just going to go over this just to cut that. It's given me the line so I know where it is. I didn't press too hard because I'm on the this cutting mat here. There we go. So it is such a large die that sometimes my plate doesn't like the bottom edge. Okay, but it will fit through onto an A4 piece of card. So I know some die machines do have larger plates so that you can easily fit an A4 sheet on there. So score all of your lines again. It's done the scoring for you, but this just really creases it down. Okay, and then I also have a tutorial for the post box as well. All of those will be going on the Simply Made Crafts YouTube channel over the weekend. So I actually have a question for you guys. It's not part of the competition, but it's just something I'm curious about. What is your favourite from what I've shown you today? Do you have any favourites? Because I would love to know. Just need to keep an eye on the stats as well to make sure the stream is still okay. Sometimes there's so many things to keep an eye on, but everything's looking healthy. Okay, we're going to get this glued together, and there's no acetate to thwart my efforts this time. Sometimes acetate has a lot to answer for, but it's a great material to craft with, so you just have to know its personality and make adjustments. Okay, let's turn that over, and then we can do this side again. Again, this bag goes together so fast, and you can have these flat as well, and you can fit a bottle of wine in here. It will be sticking out the top. I've also tried some champagne in here as well, a bottle of champagne. That will also work as well. It'll fit in there, but it will be sticking out of the top. Okay, and we do actually have some extra dies in the collection that fit. The reason why it's called a lantern die is because we have some trellis dies that fit in there. Now that's part of the I think it's a Celebrations collection. It was one of my earliest ones, and those trellis dies fit in there to make a lantern. So you can pop in some tea lights in there. You can pop, that makes a great flower holder as well. So there is that. Okay, that's all put together, and I now have this strip here which I'm going to trim. I'm going to pop this on there, but I need to make some trimming marks first, because we have these extra tabs on here so you can attach it to things, but for this project I don't need to, so I'm happy just to trim those off. Use a paper trimmer if you feel more comfortable doing that. I'm just going to trim this end tab off as well. Move that aside, and then this is going to go along the top there, so I am going to take that off, and I'm putting this on the side where the gusset is. Okay, I'll pop this along the top. I am going to leave a tiny bit of navy blue edge just there, and then trim this off. You can go all the way around if you want, but the guardsman is going to be here, so we're going to start with a nice edge here. Again, leaving a slight border just because it adds that little extra finishing touch there. If that bothers you, you don't have to do it that way. And then we're just going to trim this off. There we go, so we have that. Isn't that lovely already? Very regal. And now let's sort out our guardsman. Now with the guardsman, not sure if I've shown you the set already. These are some really big dies in here. But you get everything in there. Look how big these dies are, and it embosses the buttons on as well. And you get all of the parts there for making the face and cutting out the hat for the front and the back. So I've die cut the main die from this lovely royal paper, so I'm just going to cover up the back because the top half of this guardsman is going to be visible. He's going to be sticking over the top because he's taller than the bag. So we're just going to pop that on there. I did think about perhaps maybe using the same patterned paper, but I just thought I'm going to go for something a little bit more contrasting. And if there are any overlaps, you can just use some black ink and a brush, and that will take everything back. There we go, that's going to hide all that white overlap, or you can trim it off if that bothers you, but that just makes it all disappear. There we go. Do the same on the other side, and then hide any overlaps that you might have. Again, if you have the ephemera, you can add this. You can pop a little corgi from, you know, sitting behind him, just poking his head out the side. Pop this one on. These little details really make the difference between the finished project. It really does finish that look, and it looks like you've thought of everything and everything's all seamless. So I'm just covering the white up from here. I can get in there properly if I put a mat down. Okay, let's get this glued down. Okay, there is the front done. I only added glue just beneath his shoulders. Now this makes a great bag even without the handles, but you do get the dies to make the little holes in the sides for some ribbon or rope to put through. But make sure that you put the holes in before you assemble the bag together. If you do forget, you can use a hole punch. That's no bother at all. So let me see if I can find my gold rope. Let's see, I have here the Christmas one. Do I have the gold? I do. Okay, I need you guys to make a decision for me now. I'll let you guys decide I have two here. I have some haberdashery upholstery sort of cording. This is gold, so we're going to pop that on there. Or if you want me to go for the red and white stripes, go for the red and white stripes. So pop that in the comments, and then we'll do a little survey, see which one you like the best. And so also, whilst you're making your decisions, just a reminder for the competition to win some goodies from this collection. What will you be doing during the coronation weekend? Will you be having a party, street party, barbecue, family over, family gathering? I think gold's the winner here. Everyone's saying the gold. So make sure you get your answer in the comments on what you'll be doing in a chance with a chance to win, and I'll be announcing the winner at the end of the show. Yep, everyone's saying gold. So we're going to go for the gold. Where are my scissors? Here they are. So I've got my hot glue still heating up, or still hot. So I'm going to put two handles on. I'm going to put one on this side. You can put one in the middle like this, or you can have one on this side and one on the other side. So let's start with the front. So I'm just going to hold that down. This is where you can probably burn your fingers. There we go. Let's turn that over. There we go, that looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, you definitely made the right choice there with the gold. Oh, someone has said red and white. Yeah, so Joanne says she'll definitely be watching on the TV. It's a lifetime event. It is, definitely. I'll also be buying some newspapers as well, because I do love just the way that the front pages do those massive one photo spreads. It's a real big feature when they do that. So I do like the newspapers when they have something to feature on the front as well. Okay, I just need to wait for that hot glue just to settle. So let's go through the dies from the collection. So this is the handle. I think I'll be all right now. So that is the handle. So pop in your bottle of wine or some treats and goodies and some tissue paper. You can see here we've got the backs visible there, so that all goes together really nicely. So that is the Guardsman. It's a very, very versatile die set, that one is. Okay, so let's go through the die sets. So we have here the Guardsman die set. You get 14 dies. We have the telephone box. You need 2 to complete that. So you need the square paper bag lantern die set for the base and the telephone box die set to make the telephone box. We have the post box here. Here is the post box with the removable lid. You can fit a mini bottle of wine in that one. And you get 14 dies in that one. And again, there's tutorials for all of these. And then we have the ultimate gift bow die set. That's going to make this poofy bow. Perfect for Christmas, birthdays, any celebration, but it really does look great in the Union Jack colours. That's 12 dies, and this is actually quite a big die. I'll quickly show you. If you're wondering why I have my initials on most things, it's because I travel with these and I don't want my sets to get mixed up with the display die sets. There we go. That is quite a big die there, and that also layers as well, so you can make a layered bow. And then we have the putting on my top hat. So you get a choice here. You get the dies to make the big hat into a box and a little teeny hat. So you can make a whole load of these, pop them on hairbands like this. Oh, that would look great actually. And you can all be wearing your Union Jack top hats for the coronation. And then we have the pinwheel, which I absolutely love. that actually works nicely. There's a tutorial coming out at the weekend for that as well on the Simply Made Crafts YouTube channel. And then we have the fancy edge die set. Again, you can make the crowns, the tiaras, you can make the cake toppers and the cake rings. I don't even know what they're called, cake wraps. I'm not even sure what the official name is. Oh, and last but not least, I forgot to show you this when I showed you the bunting. These are the Creative Craft Products supersized nest balls. Now these ones have the straight ones, but there's also some scalloped ones available too. I'm going to quickly show you this die set. This is what we used for making all of our bunting. Oh, that's the smallest one, that's fallen out already, but look, these are very, very large. Here's the biggest one. And if you run these through with your metal plate, that should cut through fabric as well. So if you wanted to make some fabric bunting, you can do. So let's pop all this back inside. I need to get this onto a magnetic sheet because I can already see that's how I need to store it. So let's get all this back in. Isn't this a fiddly job? There we go. Magnetic sheets make our lives so much easier. So you get 9 dies in that, and that is also listed a lot in the Best of British section on the CraftStash website. I'm just going to pop that under there because it's reflective. And then last but not least, we have the 12 by 12 papers. I absolutely love this, especially as you get the cut apart Union Jacks at the back as well. And you can cut away the small ones as well if you want to make smaller bunting. Just add it to some twine here. So, you know, just red twine, or we have some navy twine. Just make yourself a nice box of all your favourite crafting things, like British related, and then you'll be able to get started on your coronation crafting and have everything there. So, you know, we'll do this. We craft and we forget to put something on our desk, and then we forget about it, and then we craft without it, and then we remember afterwards and we're like, that would have looked so good if I'd have used that product. So make yourself a box and put everything there. Okay, so it's now time for me to choose a winner. So I'm going to look through, I've got all the comments here on my phone, and I'm going to choose somebody. I need to go back down to mostly the beginning, I think, the middle and the beginning. And I'm going to choose Susie Chocolate Crafts because she's going to the village coffee morning on the first Saturday of each month. So I would absolutely love you to have some of these sets for you to bring some lovely goodies to your coffee morning. Even if your coffee morning doesn't fall on the day of the coronation, or you have a different celebration, I would love for you to be able to contribute and bring some lovely things. So Susie Chocolate Crafts, if you could email CraftStash customer services, and they will sort out your prizes for you. Okay, so congratulations, Susie. And thank you everyone that has popped along and put comments in. They're really lovely, and I'm going to be going through all of these comments later as well, because there's so many in there that I'm not going to be able to read them all now, so I'm going to save those all for later. So don't forget, everything is on the CraftStash website. If you tick the Best of British, you'll have some things pop up. If you pop along to my website, there's a full list of everything that I've used today. It's just a one place where everything is listed together, and it's really easy to find stuff. Okay, so I think I have mentioned everything now, and don't forget the lovely offers that we have as well in the section there. We have the I actually have it, so I can show you. It's well used, as you can see. This is now deal of the day. You get 4 magnets with that. I have 2 there, but you get 4 magnets, and also my Papercraft Society box is $19.99. So that is a lovely little gift as well. So you have your traveler's journal things in there too. So that is a special price of $19.99 today. So don't forget about those lovely deals as well. So I hope you really enjoyed today's show. Give me a thumbs up if you like this one, and I do believe I have another mini launch next month, but it won't be a few weeks now until I start sharing my little sneak peeks for that as well. And also a huge thank you to Victoria for making some of these beautiful samples as well. I was absolutely blown away by this bunting here. It's so special. I absolutely love that one. Okay, so I'm gonna go now have my lunch. I hope you're all having a nice lunchtime too, and I will see you all later.